Toffee TV, this is your comments for the Leicester game. Everton 4, Leicester City 2. We asked you for your comments after mine and Baz's instant reaction videos and the player ratings, of course. Let's see what Joe has come up with. At Rom X Gaming X says, our midfield was a joy to watch today. Garner doing what Garner does best. His work rate and intensity are unreal. Tom Davies is brilliant when pushing forward, and you really can tell he's a scouser. No fear, no nerves. Just does his job and a little extra on top. Sneijderlin sitting behind them and just dictating the play. Absolutely made up with that trio. They will be key for us controlling the games. Also shout out to Ross, Kev, Jags, Mason and Baines, pretty much the whole team. They were all fantastic today. Come on, you Blues. Yes, yeah, midfield's great. I think what's great is when Sneijderlin plays, he allows Garner and Tom Davies to just do their natural job. Garner's natural job is to go hunting for the ball. Last week in the derby, he had to sit more and couldn't, but still went and run round a lot. But when he's got Sneijderlin sitting behind him, or even Barry, he's got that license to just go and press the ball. Sneijderlin's a Rolls Royce who just dictates the play, and did in this game for large periods. And obviously Tom Davies is the same, but it's got that little bit more attacking threat. I think he run more than anyone in this game, even more than Garner. And got his goal. So it's great. That three is fantastic, with Ross just playing off the right in that sort of new position as well. So yeah, midfield's looking really strong at the moment. Just a pity we didn't have Sneijderlin for the last two games. Josh Davies says, got a question. Do you really think we are capable of getting top 4 next year? And what do you make of everyone talking about Barkley's contract? To be honest, I think he will sign. He's a local lad and he loves Everton. I think we can keep Barkley if we can bring in quality goalkeeper like Joe Hart, or Pickford and bring in Keane from Burnley. I think we can challenge, but overall happy with today's performance. We need that drive. Hopefully we'll get 6-7 wins on the bounce. Come on, you Blues. To get top 4, we're going to have to bring in quality. We've seen the gap already this season. We're going to have to bring in top quality. Centre-back like Keane. I'd like to go for someone like Pickford in goal. Someone who will push Joel. I've looked at Hart this season. He doesn't look half the player that we all thought he was as a goalkeeper, so I would bring him in. Ross, hopefully he'll sign that contract. We really need him to. We need to know where we are as a team. And not be trying to replace players. We're trying to get players in to complement Ross, not bring in replacements. Hopefully that'll be done sooner or later, so the manager knows where he stands for next season. But he's right, that can't go into the last season without signing a new contract. Thomas Turner says, I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it again. I thought Lukaku was shit. I know he's a striker, his job is scoring goals, and he did score twice, but for me he isn't world class yet. He can't pass. And if you look at the game versus United, you can clearly see that he'd rather choose a 20% chance of him scoring than an 80% chance of someone else scoring. Everton should tell Chelsea that we will only sell him for 70 to 80 million, then we should buy a young world-class striker, for example, Belletti. And I think we need a new right-back, because I don't know how Coleman will be when he returns. I think we should get Karsdorp. Right-back, well, we've already got one. His name's Mason Holgate, who's doing very well. On the Romelu Lukaku situation, I thought first half yesterday, I thought he was quiet till he got his goal, and then he came to life a little bit. Second half, I thought he was a real handful. It's almost like trying to ignite that fire under him to get him going. But the thing about it, about Romelu Lukaku is, maybe he isn't world class yet. So what? You know what I mean? So what if he's not world class yet? He's still the Premier League top goal scorer. He scored a hell of a lot of goals for us this season. So is that the benchmark that we are looking for, that the player has to be world class? For me, I don't think it is. Not at the moment. You know, a lot of clubs in the Premier League would give their right arm and their left arm and probably both of their legs for Romelu Lukaku. So the fact that we write him off because he's not world class, because he's not amazing every single game, I think that's very short-sighted. He's top quality. He's the top Premier League's top goal scorer. Yes, you could probably get a little bit more out of him, but at the same time, it's hard to argue against what he's done this season, what he's done for us in the last few seasons. Where would we be without him? That's the simple question. And it's great throwing these names of young up-and-coming strikers or whatever. Would they come for a start? You know, Rom's already here, and I'd rather have him than most strikers out there. So the fact that he's not world class yet doesn't keep me up at night. It really doesn't. Him staying at the club is more likely to keep me up at night. So I'm quite happy with what he's doing. Yes, he disappoints me in some games, but that's just the way it is at the moment. Hopefully in the future we will bring in more players that would get more out of Romelu Lukaku. So yeah. Max Barlow says Jags should have got man of the match, as he was an outstanding player. We are making Goodison Park a fortress. We now need to aim for the top 5 finish and try and sneak into the Champions League spaces by winning the remaining games and hoping other results go our way. Max, we can just keep winning. Just try and keep winning and see what happens. Mightn't get us top 4, mightn't even get us top 5. Just keep winning, and as you say, make Goodison Park a fortress, which we have. Last season was absolutely disgraceful at Goodison Park. This season, we're building that kind of impression that teams feel like they're beaten before they've already got at Goodison. That's what you need to be a top club. Teams arrive and think we've got no chance today. You'll beat most teams in the Premier League with that idea already formed in the head that they have to be negative and we can play our game. It's great to come watch Everton at the moment. Scoring 3-4s at home is fantastic, you know, and it keeps the place full, and it keeps everyone happy, and it keeps people clamouring for tickets. And hopefully, when we get our new ground, we'll need a bigger capacity. It all helps. That all helps the club as a whole. So it's magnificent. Jagielka as well was fantastic. I think most people give us man of the match. I don't think Sky did, but they are like biased and want like attacking players to get man of the match. So I thought Jags was absolutely fantastic. Anthony Bourbon says Joel was caught feet off the ground again for the Fox's second goal. Needs to sort this out. I tend to. I'm not really sure what he could have done. It's for that goal. It was a weird one. I don't think he meant it, but it's turned out to be a fantastic strike. Do want him to do better? Yes, but I tend to think that he's still a young goalkeeper, and he'll iron out those faults. It mightn't be at Everton, but he'll iron out those faults. I think he's still got the capacity to be a really good goalkeeper. So fingers crossed that he will be, because I like the lad. Most of his games and most of his play is really good. You want it to be better, of course. We want all our players to be better. So yeah, if there's anything to iron out, I'm sure they'll find a way. And if he doesn't get out the habits, then won't be good enough. James Dunlop says Goodison is a fortress again. Koeman has brought a bit of a fear factor. I cannot wait for Chelsea at home now. Exactly. You know, you've got games against Burnley, you've got games against Chelsea, and Watford. You know, you're looking at those games and thinking, I quite fancy us in those games, and even Chelsea, I fancy them. Fancy Everton to give Chelsea a real good game in that one, knowing that the confidence levels, obviously it's one game at a time. We look forward to Burnley and think, yeah, we can beat them. And you hope that fear factor's there already, because we can score goals at home. It's weird because away from home we seem a little bit more reserved, but at home we just puff out our chest and have a real go, and it really helps the style we play. So it's great. It's great going to match. I'm loving going to match, enjoying it again. Mike ESC says, I think the way Jags reacted to being dropped from Murray early in the season has been fantastic. Took his chance well and it made up for him amongst the goals. Definitely my man of the match. Still thought we looked dangerous when we were 2-1 behind, and it shows real character from coming from behind to win it. Also, 2 Parasite goals. Love that. Come on, you Blues. Yeah, I mean, on Jags again, great professionalism down he's out the team. Obviously kept his head down, worked hard, got back in the side and reacted brilliantly. Yeah, a 2-1. We're full of confidence. We've earned that. We've earned the right to be like that. The crowd not getting on players' backs because we're hardly ever behind at Goodison, so they've earned that right to play, and they did in this game. They earned the right. And Parasite football is back. It's great. We love it. Scoring goals from set pieces. It's allowed, and we've scored 4 in the last week. So love it. Absolutely love it. Tanksy says, cheers Baz, a good 3 points against the champions. Big changes needed for next season with a goalkeeper and 3 defenders as much. Hope we go unbeaten till the end of the season now. Yeah, we beat the champ. When was the last time we took 6 points off the champions, I wonder? I'm sure someone out there will tell me. I do think we need a new goalkeeper, like someone like Pickford, to push Joel. Really do. And yeah, I think we need 2 centre-backs, an up-and-coming left-back or an established left-back to push Leighton Baines, because he can't play for a whole season next season. And we go from there. But we definitely need... I'm actually still quite nervous about the defence at times. I think we give away soft goals, and that's worse than anything. So I'd like to see 3 or 4 come in next season at the back. Hilton Aquatic says, Barkley man of the match for me today. Completely ran the game, deserved the goal. I think he's really starting to become a top player, and his future and he is in the future for us. So get signed a new contract on top dollar. Yeah. People had a little bit of a moan of him over the 2 displays. I thought he was good at Old Trafford. I thought, as I said about Anfield, I thought he played the occasion, not the game, which I've said a few times. It got to him a little bit. He was too hyped up for it. Yeah, we just hope that he signs the contract and he sees his future with Everton. That's the most important thing. You know, he's come through the ranks. He's an Evertonian. Stay at the club, captain the club, win trophies with the club. That's what we want for Ross Barkley. Maxi Boys02 says, don't know if I'm right or not, but the free kick they scored was given for obstruction. Shouldn't it have been an indirect free kick? I think it was just given for a foul, to be honest. I think it was just given for a foul. I don't even know if they have indirect free kicks anymore, to be honest. That rule only seems to be for like back passes, which never really get given. So, good point. I'll look into it. Oliver Soderberg says, great to see Morales back at his best, been very good for a number of games now. Jags was fantastic. Pennington got better and better after a shaky start. Them 2-1 up after 10 minutes was a joke, but we bounced back in style. Yeah, Morales got that little bit of fire under his belly, hungry, wants to play games. And like I said last week, I hope he stays in for the rest of the season now. You know, as long as he doesn't do anything stupid like getting himself sent off, like he nearly did in this game. Jags was great. Pennington, he did. Shaky start, but got better and better as the game went on. Played his own game. That was really important. And we responded really well from being 2-1 down. So, good stuff. Blue Nose 67 says, I'm happy Barkley didn't celebrate when he rounded Schmeichel. Yes, that's a very good point. Disappointed he didn't make more of that. You know, get the goal. Luckily enough, Jags got the goal straight after, but he needed to be a little bit more clinical there and just push it a little bit wide, then have a little bit more confidence on his left foot. But you know, it all turned out well. There your comments. Thanks as ever for getting them in. I know there's loads of you out there that get comments in. We try and get more and different people every week. Joe's to blame if you want to blame anyone. So make sure you get your comments in for every video. It's great to see everyone having a chat in there and putting down those horrible reds when they get in the comments as well. Thanks for watching Toffee TV, and we'll see you later.